Yeah, I can see that there's a difference on the two. A little
It's not obvious though because your lips are synced with the your speech. Yep,
bit.
that looked
The
like something out of. I'm trying to think of what that cartoon was. Anyway, like
anyway, so the problem we were having last time was, oh wait, we're supposed to have hi, welcome to two old dudes and and technology. We're supposed to do our intro, right? You got a technology trivia by chance? I forgot to look one up.
nope, nope.
Yeah,
I'm
me either.
behind times.
Yeah, me too. Okay. That's all right. All right. So just wanted to kind of we were going to talk about updating, kind of getting back up to where or am I not looking at my crap so much? There we go. That's probably better. I'll sit over here a little more. Okay. Um the what was it we were talking about? Um shit. No, I forgot. We were talking about
It's been mainly your novellas.
yeah. Oh no, no, no. I know what it was. We need to talk about so what I did was I did the thumbnails. I made the thumbnails for our videos that are in YouTube. So first I tried to look them up and I tried to just type it in on the TV. Do you ever watch YouTube on your television?
I've tried a couple of times.
Yeah.
I don't know that I was overtly successful. Mostly music videos.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. But I thought, well, I'm going to try and look us up. And I typed it in on the search bar and there's some other two old dude stuff, but I couldn't find us anywhere. And I'm like, well, what the heck? And then that's when I looked and I saw that ours had the number two, no spaces, and an ampersand. So it was like I wasn't even close to typing what it was looking for. So I changed our name to the TWO old dudes, and I got rid of the ampersand and technology. So now when you go to YouTube, you should be able to search it and pull it up, and you can watch our
O O
podcast. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
TWOOLD.
Yep,
Do I need to stay closer to the?
and I thought I almost spelled old with an e, like old English. I was like, yeah, that would be different. But I thought that'll just confuse people even more, so I'm not going to do that.
Bring out your dad.
Yeah. So I sent out the link to the videos I started making, my love stories, whatever you call them.
Novella.
Um, yeah, and um, anyway, I did that on X or Twitter, but that's the only place I've sent it out. But this weekend I was going to do it on Facebook and on I don't know what else I have for social media, um, Instagram or something.
And this is all everything beyond what you and I are talking about is occurring in Filmora, correct?
Yeah, all the editing stuff is done in Filmora. And there's a
So
bunch of different tools you can use. That just happened to be the one I picked. It's yeah,
it's
Filmora.
okay. And that's just a Google search, Filmora, and that'll open up. And
Yeah,
then,
well, that's the editing tool I use.
so in regards to the novella aspect of feeding it, so what do you address the the computer as? Are you is it done verbally or are you doing it through the keyboard? Give me 1,500 words about.
Oh, yeah, so that's in Chat GDP though. That's not in Filmora. So what I'm doing is I'm going into Chat GDP and I'm just giving it an overview of because we tried to do it the last episode, and my son was telling me that if you use words like, oh, not overthrow, but anarchy and you can't say murder, you can't say kill. If you put those words in, it's going to go, oh, sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Because there's like so many restrictions on that kind of stuff. And like you can't say, so if you ever watch uh, TikTok videos and stuff like that, people always say, well, he was unalived because they can't say killed or they get edited.
Uh, I don't see that, but I'm going to start looking at this stuff just for comparison's sake. And
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't want to be overtly plagiarizing somebody else's content creation. I know that it's almost inevitable that we're going to mimic as opposed to plagiarize, but
Right.
especially if it's the same artificial intelligence, the
Yes.
the wizard the Wizard of Odd.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. I mean, but it's funny you said that because in this one of the last ones I did, you saw the one I did about the pool guy, and I used Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
And my wife goes, "Oh, you're gonna get sued." I said, "I can only pray that this has enough reach that Brad Pitt hears about it and sues me. Like that's a dream come true. That means that enough people watched it that Brad Pitt heard about it. You know, if I get to that point, I'll cease and desist. I'll drop it, whatever.
yeah.
So,
Just like count the first 5 years of your career as told to Brad Pitt.
yeah, because I've used I don't know, I used Megan Kelly. I used her in one of them too. Same thing. I'm like, shit, please. I'll stop if it's bothering you,
So,
but the
so where does artificial intelligence come in that you can change Brad Pitt's eyes to brown and give him red hair? Just start distorting. You've got the basic shape of the face, and but
yeah. You could
where?
probably. I don't have I because I'm just using the free version of Chat
Oh
GDP,
yeah, yeah,
GPT.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to pay for those other services. But I'm thinking of doing that, throwing down a little bit. I'm going to do some research because my images I'm using with my stories are all have the watermarks on them. They're registered to people or whatever,
Right.
and I'm going to look at if it's not too much something that'll create an image for me that I can then that'll actually be what I'm trying to look like when it describes her and says she was wearing a white top over black bike shorts, and I go, you can't Google that and find an image that's going to show some hot chick in that looks like that, right? So I can never find stuff that matches up. So I'm going to see if maybe I could match them up and make it a little more, closer to what the description is. But with the
or
AI, it's
or
really
or
funny. Oh no, go ahead.
go with the preface. In the world I lived before it was all black and white, I envisioned this as the and I'm joking, of course. That's really
But
the
but
meager value I
well,
have.
what's really weird is you can actually put in like a photo, like you were saying. I could put a photo of Brad Pitt in there and ask it to please re-image this so that it's not a known personality or something. I don't know exactly what words I would use. That's part of it too, is learning how to talk to the AI machines. Because if you just say, like, if I was going to be doing a presentation for work and I had a spreadsheet from Excel and I could give it to AI and say, you know, give me a description of this. But you can also use it and say, so if you were going to be doing a description of this, what would be the most important elements that you would still want to know? So it starts kind of like thinking, and it'll tell you, well, you don't have this in there and stuff. So you can kind of use them. And I don't understand how to do that quite yet, but I'm kind of learning that path of figuring out what. So the one I did yesterday, I asked it. It was at the dog park, and it was the guy meets the lady, and he's got two dogs, and she's got a dog, and she's a truck driver, and she says, "Well, come with me. I'll show you what it's like to be on the road." And so it did it, but it only had him go, and I'm like, "No, I want the dogs to go." So I just added at the end, I said, I love the story, but can you change it so that he takes his dog? And so the first half of it was still exactly the same. And then all of a sudden there was a part where he and she invited him and he says, I'm only coming if I can bring my dogs. And so it made it a lot better because that's kind of what I wanted was the internet, and it talks about the dogs, you know,
Right.
not settling into the cab of the truck and messing with each other and stuff. So you do have to watch how you phrase it, I guess, to get the depth or whatever it is you're looking for. But I try to give it a little bit of direction first, and then I'm like, hijinks ensue. What happens next? AI, you tell me.
So do you front load most of your stories with character description, or do
Not a
you?
lot. Not a lot. I use like the one I said, she's a long distance truck driver and she has a French bulldog. He owns a bakery. He has two Datsuns. That was pretty much the whole character development. And then
So have you? You don't watch very much broadcast TV, do you?
not a lot.
Because there's a new show, and I'm trying to think if it's Fox Network or what, but it's called Best Medicine, and just a quirky village drama of a doctor going home to a little village like town. I mean, he's not European; it's just village, for lack of a better term, and and it just most of the shows that you see front load with all of the character development before something drastic happens in the town. You find out who the two guys running the restaurant are, and etc. And I'm just story creation,
Yeah.
and wondering, because I really I'm fascinated by what you've exposed in that AI will do all the grunge for you.
Mm. That's the thing, is getting it to do all that detail stuff that just is such a time suck. You spend
Well,
hours just the minutia of it and not having to do that anymore.
I'm loaded with ideas, uh, but I never finished English 1A. I went back to school 4 times and enrolled in English 1A, trying to get my grammar shit down. And my dad would call or say, "Hey, I'm sorry." And I was taking some accounting classes and typing
Hmm.
classes. I was going to be a bookkeeper instead of being a salesman. I'm going to keep track of the money coming in,
Right.
and he'd send me back on the road. So I just have to. I've started, like I say, 4 times. So ultimately, just by throwing ideas at it like you are and refining the story each time, that eventually you come up with the one story. You got somebody in the that
Oh, yeah, it's my wife. I thought I saw a hand there.
I did. I like, woo. So
Here,
science
say hi,
fiction.
honey.
Hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
She's bringing me my ribs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you now. I just moved over the third screen or whatever, the Google. Can you see it on our screen?
All I've got is me in the corner and you in the full
Bye.
screen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Um,
On.
what about see? Because when you're in here in Zoom, there's places you can change the look. Um, because you were messing with it last time. You were doing the gallery or or you had some options, and I'm wondering if that. I'm trying to find mine.
Yeah, it's just I go back and forth with you and the.
And see the thing. I lost the thing. Where'd it go? There it is. There it is again. It's back. Um, because that's what when we. I was going to be able to. I was going to show you on this if you could see it somehow.
What you're
I would do
looking at.
a real quick demo and show you. Um, what else could we? How can we? Because the one time you were able to see, and I don't know if it's. Remember we went through that whole mess of sharing and stuff.
Yeah, I've lost you now completely. How do I do that? Oh, there I got you back. Camera.
I'm seeing if it'll.
So now I've got
Yeah,
a big black border around, and I've got the two of us in side by side screens.
but you can't see this thing here that I keep moving, put right in front of us. You don't see it, do you?
No,
Okay, that's what we've got to figure out how to add that because that is going to be what turns this whole thing on. Because then I can show you, I can walk you through all the crap I'm doing, not, super
I get
detailed,
you.
but
Yeah, yeah.
I can't, I don't know how you can see it. Let me, I did when I do the share thing, see, as soon as I do that, it messes up. I don't know what I need to share unless it's that
I wonder.
picture.
I wonder if you could, uh, at a. Do you have a laptop in or tablet in your household?
I do. I have a laptop at the other house.
So maybe you could bring that along one day and include it in the Zoom meeting and see if you could manipulate the information between those two. Well, you'd have to have a second email address, wouldn't you, on the laptop at your location?
What the hell? Dude, I have completely. Oh, there we are. We're back. Okay.
Beep 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 beep
Okay,
beep.
so what I wanted to try to do, let me see this, if I can do this. If I share, it's going to allow me to share this screen. And I'm sharing this screen now.
There, I got that. I'm gone, and you're in the lower right hand corner, and it just says Google.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
So then, yeah, now you're starting to stack all the stuff in there.
How about now? Did it change anything?
So it's got at the bottom, it's got an audio mixer, and in the middle, it's you and me, except it's not. Uh,
But you still
let me
can't see
see.
that Google screen.
I can see the Google screen. It's in the top.
Oh, okay. So what if I make it, let me try this. I'm going to make it bigger. Does this help you? Does it make it bigger for you?
No.
It didn't.
Oh yeah, it did get bigger.
Oh, it did?
Yeah,
Okay. Can you almost see it a little bit then? Enough that we could use it to talk about it?
I just made it bigger still, and then I did my fingers and expanded it,
Oh, okay.
so I can see all of it now.
Okay. All right. So this is the chat GPT. Okay. And I got to find it. There it is. It's down here. And you can use any of them, I think, right? I don't know that much about them, but there's a bunch of them out there. All right, so I can ask it anything. Okay, so I'm going to have it do this. Okay, I'm going to make it do a real short one. Okay, write a 200 word story about a man and his dog. Okay. So then this will come up and it'll give me a little script. Oh, hey, it even named me. Cool. All right. So then it'll do this, right? And it's got this little story. I don't even know. Rusty slept by the door, all that. You can see all the words, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
at least that's what he told himself the day the scruffy brown dog followed him home and refused.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So then if I could do that, and then I could do this. I could say, change the dog and make it meaner. I spell meaner. Meaner. And here it comes back again, but this time it'll have something else. The dog, I left out a bowl, no touching, all this stuff. So that's what I've been doing. to get my scripts. But as far as images, let's ask it, okay? Uh, make me what's an image of a woman in a white, because this is one I needed, I didn't have. White top over black bike shorts. I don't even know what bike shorts even are, but that's what she was described as. Let's see if it'll do it. I don't know if it'll do images. Dude,
There she is.
that's her. So, and that's all I freaking do is I take this into Filmora. Upload the images and the audio. I record the audio and I just put it in there, and then I just manipulate it. I just drag and drop, put stuff around, move it in different places, and then so I've been working on those transitions so that I can make her slowly spin a little bit left or right or get bigger. Zoom in, zoom out, just stuff like that.
Oh, right on.
But you can even do like masking, and I don't know how to do any of that, but I could cut her out and put her on a different background. I could put in a color and put her on that. So that's kind of, you were just talking about, that gets rid of all that wasted time of doing other stuff. And that was free. Shoot. So it's a very limited on the
That
free
one's
ones.
free.
Yeah. And if I keep entering stuff, I'm going to get to a point and it's going to go, you've used up all of your credits for the day or however they designate it.
But if I when you're off, just go to Google and hit Chat GDP, it's
Yeah.
going to open up, and I'm going to get this exact option to move forward.
You'll get this exact same chat GPT that I have, the exact same one. And when you sign in, though, what it'll also do, I can't show you if I make it bigger, but it'll actually show you a listing of the previous items it's made for you, whether it's text items, whether it's images, whatever. Pretty cool.
Very
Yeah.
well. And
So, dude, we're running out of time, so it's going to log us off in a minute. But what other questions did you have on any of the stuff I'm doing that might help you on your searches or whatever you're going to do?
I really don't know until I start
Yeah.
giving it a go and try to get into
Yeah.
that portal or whatever you want to call it, window.
Now, I think you can do this all on that iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should be able to.
And so then what do you do? Just create a file, or is there a file that you have that you just forward that stuff, because you're not downloading it because it's in your computer already, right?
Yeah, hold on. Let me show you. Okay, let me make this smaller and I'll drag this across. If it'll let me. Okay, this is Filmora. So if I wanted to, I can come right here. I can start a brand new project. So there's nothing in it. And then I would have imported her photo into here. I lost it. So let me see if I have anything I can use just to show you real quick. I'll just show you the other ones I was working on, how it works. Let me open one up. Open.
I'm an idea man. So taking your uh, example and creating a scenario that would be engaging, and two old guys competing with the technology that you've racing to eventually write a 300-page book uh,
Mm-hmm.
basically building short stories about the same person, but with this different venues and encounters. Like we're going to take this guy Tom, who's going to go through a series of situations that we've agreed on, and we're going to have AI write individual stories for us based on our description and trying to get to the end. I mean, that's completely a sidebar because it's, I don't want to occupy a bunch of your time, but it seems like a match made in heaven for the premise and ultimately using the various technologies as both of us get more and more comfortable, whether we actually start going out to a park and videotaping ourselves doing certain things in order to create content that way that has nothing to do with what we're actually doing at that moment versus where it fits in our big 8 or 9 chapter, you know, 5 15 minute or 2,500 word chapters.
So, but here's how I would do it, right? This is you just actually just drop. That's how simple it is. You just drag and drop the stuff down in audio. You come up, you can click on audio, and it'll let you. There's sound effects. Here's the text to speech. Here's this is universal music. Um, so when this comes up, if I want to, I can just drag this right here and put in audio, and I just dropped in that audio track. And then I can change the volume up and down. I can do, I can come right here. There's this part right here, this red thing. I can snip this and I can highlight it, hit delete, and gone.
Wow.
That's how simple it is. It's crazy for two old dudes that grew up with freaking 8-track tapes to be able to make a movie. I mean, theoretically, you could make a movie,
That's got to be our goal.
right? I think so. All right, I'm going to close this. We got to say
Matt,
goodbye. We're running out
ben,
of time.
ben Affleck and Matt Damon on Geritol.
Two
That'd be
old
funny too.
geriatrics making
During during
movies.
our during our moments, one of us, take a big slug of Pepto Bismol or something. All right, bye. You're
My
gone.
land. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll catch up with you next time.
Bye.
Bye.